And then it was just, nope, we're not going to redeem ourselves. We're just going to go worse.
This is possibly the worst film I've ever seen in my life. The worst movie I've seen in theaters. It surpasses Batman vs. Superman. It surpasses Suicide Squad. It surpasses God's Not Dead 2. Journey to the End of the Earth 2. It's the worst film I've ever seen in theaters. Do you have any final words?
Twilight is better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
At least, yeah. This was just, God, it was awful.
hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 100 Films in 100 Days. I'm Ryan from Ryan's Reviews. I'm thinking about changing my username because it's really hard to find me in searches because there's another kid called Ryan's Reviews. So maybe I might do Rugby Ryan's Reviews or something like that. But let me know if you think I should change it. So, yeah. This is episode 22, I believe, of 100 Films in 100 Days. I don't quite remember. Let me check. Yes, this is in fact episode 22. So normally I go into the film and talk about the actual film and what I thought of it before I go on my little stupid diatribes. But today I felt like it's so important that I really need to talk about it right now. Now, if you're a film fan like me, and you're someone who watches a lot of movies, you usually, before watching a film, you might consult some sort of online resource to check to see, what do other people think of this film, especially if I'm going to be paying money to go see it in theaters. Now, one of the most popular ones for that is Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I usually don't swear too much on this show, but Rotten Tomatoes is a steaming pile of fucking bullshit. It is absolutely devoid of worth. It is the worst thing on earth. It is the dumbest thing for the film industry. It is the biggest detriment to the art of film I've ever seen in my life. It's horrible. I hate Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm going to give you guys some proof of why I hate Rotten Tomatoes. This film I saw last night, Isn't It Romantic?, starring Rebel Wilson and Chris Hemsworth, directed by some stupid hack, has a 69% score on Rotten Tomatoes. That means it's above average. It is not above average. It is an abomination. It is a crime against humanity. The existence of this film hurts me. It has a 60% audience score, so the audience is slightly more intelligent than... I'm so angry right now. The audience is slightly more intelligent than these stupid paid-off critics. That's how I know. The critics are all paid off. They're paid to give these films good reviews. This is terrible. There are good films, such as Event Horizon, that has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, no, Event Horizon isn't a good film. It's a middle-of-the-road film. It deserves a 50. It deserves a 50. Meanwhile, this has a 69. It's giving films like Black Panther a 99, when films like The Nice Guys get a 79. Actually, I think they had a 92. But there are good films that have way too low scores. They're all paid off. They're all paid off to give these films good reviews. It's terrible. At least Metacritic is a little bit better, but Metacritic still isn't good. That's why I think it's better to consult YouTubers, honestly. I know that's a bit of a plug for myself. I think it's better to consult YouTubers who you already know have similar taste to yourself. So you go, oh, well, he likes the same sort of thing as me. We have similar tastes. We have similar opinions on film. So I'll see what he thought. Oh, or he or she, whoever they thought. He feels okay about it. Oh, I'll go see it, waste an afternoon, who cares? But this is so bad. I cannot stand Rotten Tomatoes. It stands against everything good and everything true and honorable about filmmaking. It's horrible. It's horrible. Now, onto the film. As you may have seen in the beginning, me and my guest, who we saw the film with, she was not a fan of the film either. We both hated this film. The whole time we turned to each other, we were like, this is so bad. This is so unfunny. Now, because we sort of thought, I kind of knew beforehand, but we sort of thought, I decided to give it a try. We thought, oh, maybe it's going to be, like a so bad it's good. Like, it's so bad it's funny. Oh, we can just laugh at it. Something like, oh, God's Not Dead 2, which, even though I say that's one of the worst films I've ever seen in theaters, I had an amazing experience because I loved it. It was so good. Like, in the sense of, I laughed the whole time. And I brought a girl to see that, too, and we laughed the whole time. But the thing with comedy films is if you do a bad comedy film, it's not funny. That's the antithesis of the point of it. Because if it's funny, it's a good comedy film. But a bad comedy film isn't funny. It's just sad. It just makes you angry. It just makes you unhappy. If you told me I had an option between watching this film again or being waterboarded, I'm putting the mask on myself and being like, give me the damn water, boy. This is this bad. And you wanna know the worst part about it? It had a really good premise. There was a nugget of something good in there. But Rebel Wilson, it's just so unfunny. She has 2 jokes. 3 jokes. Number 1, look at me, I'm fat. Look at me, I'm Australian. Did I say number 3? Number 3, oh, look at me, I'm fat and Australian. You aren't funny, Rebel. And I'm not saying that big women can't be good comedians. I usually hate on Melissa McCarthy a lot, but Melissa McCarthy can do some good stuff. She's good on SNL whenever she hosts it. Rebel Wilson's not. Melissa McCarthy can do good dramatic roles. Rebel Wilson cannot. Melissa McCarthy has done some good stand-up, I believe, or I may be thinking of someone else. Melissa McCarthy is able to be funny. She doesn't always pick the best roles, but she has the ability to be. I think it's because she's older, she's more experienced actress and comedian. Rebel Wilson's just not funny. I don't see the appeal in her. I don't see any of the appeal. I don't know how you can enjoy this. There's a musical number at the end. People were dancing to it and singing. As soon as I saw my favorite phrase in a film like this, my favorite phrase in a film like this is directed by. Because once you see directed by, you're like, that's the credits, I'm going home. We got out of there as quick as possibly could. So what's this film about? This film is about a woman in New York who gets mugged and runs into a pole and then ends up in a coma. Obviously, because the whole film, they do the oldest trope in the book. I'm going to spoil the hell out of this film because who cares? I hope you don't see it. I wouldn't send my worst enemy to go see this. I didn't mind the fact I saw it. I just didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't watch it alone, but I liked going to see it with someone. It's bad. So, back to what I meant. They use the oldest trope in the book, which is, it was all a dream. Because she's in a coma. And she ends up in a world where it's a romantic comedy. Because she hates romantic comedy films. She hates that. She's just so cynical and unhappy. Now she's in a romantic comedy. Stereotypical. And also, just because you're being meta and making fun of romantic comedies, doesn't mean you can't just do the same thing they do. You have to change it. You have to be creative. This could have been good. This could have been good. So she does all the stereotypical romantic comedy story beats. Makes fun of the fact that they don't swear. Makes fun of the fact that they never show them having sex. That's why you should watch Love Actually. That's got straight up porn in it. Makes fun of the fact that they always use slow motion. And, it's so funny. Yuck, 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 ha, ha, ha. It turns out it was all just a coma. But she learns in the end, she doesn't need to get someone else to love her. She's just got to love herself. Now, while that is a great message, good message to say, you know what? I should love myself. Self-love is what I'm all about, man. You should always love yourself. Be very supportive of yourself. Don't be down on yourself. I'm always down on myself because I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I expect perfection from myself. So I think other people should be more loving to themselves and be more supportive of themselves and each other, of course. Support your fellow person. But it just made me so mad that such a good message was in such a bad film. It really ruined the whole message, especially with the ending, because she ends up getting with the guy she was supposed to get with the whole time. But now she's confident. I'm really just acting like a fool right now because I'm so emotionally charged right now. At least this will be a good review for you guys, because imagine if I went to go see Alita Battle Angel. Y'all would have been bored to hell, because I would have been like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's pretty good. Yeah, there was something they liked, something they didn't. At least with this, you're getting some emotion out of me. I'm usually monotone as all hell. So, I think you can tell that I'm not a fan of this film. I wouldn't say it's among my favorite films I've seen in this series. Unfortunately, unlike my last bad film episode, I can't give away a copy of this because it's still in theaters. Don't go see it. Don't give these people any money. Go see Alita Battle Angel. Go see anything else. For real. Now, another diatribe for me. Romantic comedies. I like some romantic comedies. I like Love Actually. I used to hate Love Actually, but my parents forced me to watch it around Christmas time every single year. So many times that I began to love it. There's some other good ones that I like. I was talking with someone the other day about it. There's one called My Best Friend's Wedding, which I always stuck in my mind. And I think that's the movie where I first remember the gay best friend stereotype. And then I'm trying to think of other. There's not many other. I like romantic comedy. They're not inherently bad. It's just a lot of them have very little effort put in. So, yeah, but they're not inherently bad. If you get a good one, it's good, you know? When I was in high school, I was forced to watch all 3 Pitch Perfect films. I have a severe distaste for Rebel Wilson. I just don't like her. She's just not funny. She's not funny as a side character. She's not funny as a main character. She's not funny as a cameo. She's not funny on SNL. Was she funny in Australia? Australian people, please tell me, was she funny in Australia? I'd take fucking Demi Lardner over her. The girl who does the dad's Google history. I'm sorry this is such an emotionally charged episode. I don't have much else to say. This film is a 0.5 out of 5 stars. I actually forgot to give a star counting on my last film, Big Trouble in Little China. So that is a 4.5 out of 5. If you haven't seen from my Facebook, this film is worthless. Now, I wanted to sort of get the taste of this film out of my mouth. So I wanted to watch an art film next. I was going to watch La Dolce Vita by Federico Fellini. But then I looked at it and I saw that 174-minute on it. And I'm not going to watch that for this show because I'm so busy with school. I'll watch this during the summertime when I'm out of school. And I'm going to do episodes a bit more sporadically, or depending on how things go, if I'm popular, I might do them pretty often, but I'm not going to be able to do it as often as I do it now during the summertime. Or maybe even actually I might be able to do it more often because I'm working. So I'm actually going to go for another dumb fun film. This is an adaptation of an anime film I've seen, an anime film I'm a big fan of. A manga I've read. It is starring the Scarlet Johansson. It is Ghost in the Shell. Now, I've heard mixed things about this film. Some people hate it as a film. Some people think it's okay as a film. Now, some of my friends who love Blade Runner and cyberpunk stuff, oh, dude, we love this film because it's got the aesthetic we love. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell. Check out the description so you can see all my cool friends out there. Like my boy Avant-Garde Criminal, my boy Isaac Taylor. He's got an awesome YouTube channel. And just have a good time. Have a good weekend. Don't watch this film. I love you guys. Goodbye.